Namaskar. Today we shall be discussing one of the important notification which has been issued by Central Board of Indirect Taxes on 25th of August 2020. Notification number 63/2020. Before discussing this notification, we shall brief what point we shall be covering in this deliberation. So firstly, we shall be discussing the Finance Act 2019. Finance Act 2019 section 100. Now after that we shall be discussing section 50 of CGST Act 2017. Then we shall be discussing notification 63/2020. Then we will be discussing interpretation of this entire notification. Then we shall be discussing pending issues. So these 5 parts we are going to discuss in this deliberation. So moving further, the Finance Act number 2 of 2019, Act number 23 of 2019 received its assent by the President Office on 1st of August 2020. Section 1 describes when the provisions of this Finance Act shall be applicable. So part B describes that from section 92 to 112 and 114 of Finance Act 2019 shall be applicable when the government will notify. So our current section is section 100, so it doesn't become automatically applicable while receiving the assent from President Office. So section 100 what says? Section 100 says that in section 50 of Central Goods and Services Tax, following provisions shall be inserted in subsection 1. So it says that interest on tax payable in respect of the supplies made during that particular taxable period as declared in the return which has been filed after due dates. So whenever we file our returns, GST returns after due dates, then there is an element of interest on late payment of tax. So earlier it used to happen that the interest was levied on entire amount of tax payable. Now by inserting this provision, it has made clear that the tax interest element on tax will be levied only on the cash part. Means that the payment which we are going to make from electronic cash ledger, that will be subjected to interest, not on the entire amount. Now what the notification says, on 25th of August 2020, department issued one notification number is 63/2020. This notification says that the provisions of section 100 as introduced in Finance Act 2019 shall be applicable from 1st of September 2020. Now interpretation of this entire notification, it simply says that it is going to give huge benefit to the taxpayers because they can assume the input tax credit has already paid and interest shall be levied only on that part which has to be paid from electronic cash ledger. Now understanding this with an example, suppose Mr. A is an assessee who is going to file his September 2020 return, and his tax payable is 1 lakh rupees. He hadn't filed his return on the due date. He is filing his return after the due date, and he do have eligible input tax credit of rupees 40,000. So how much interest will be available on him? So interest will be calculated only on the amount which is to be paid through electronic cash ledger, and that amount is 60,000 rupees. In the same case, if I discuss, if the department has issued or commenced any proceeding under section 73 or 74, then what will be the liability? So this notification, this section clearly says, section 100 of the Finance Act 2019 clearly says that this benefit will not be given to the assessees in those cases where department has already commenced their proceeding under section 73 or 74. So he will be, under this case too, he will be liable to pay interest on the entire amount of 1 lakh rupees. Issues to be addressed. What are the pending issues? Section 100 says the notification will come into effect from 1st of September 2020. So now the ambiguity remains still as it is, that what will happen for the period from 1st July 2017 till 31st of August 2020. But however, there was a GST Council meeting. In its 39th meeting, GST Council has clearly unanimously accepted that this particular amendment will have effect from retrospective effect. It means that GST Council has already cleared in its press release that it is going to be applicable from retrospective effect. Thank you.